A mother named Lauren Cook is missing. Lauren is a resident of Virginia. Now, this is a weird one because she is missing with her 3 children, and she was known to be in a blue 2013 Chrysler van. It has Virginia license plates. Her phone last pinged on September 7th, 2023. She left home on approximately September 5th to go visit some family. She has not had any bank account interaction, and her phone is completely unable to be located. Authorities say she was last seen in Litchfield, Illinois on September 14th, 2023. This was confirmed by investigators. Now, this story is starting to spread on the YouTube world, and I have the strangest feeling it's going to get pretty crazy. So hold on to your hat. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I'm Catherine. Okay, so let's go with the facts, what we do know. Why is Lauren on the run? I am going to say she's on the run and not just legitimately missing at this point. Her husband has made a statement that she's fine and not missing, but it's a little suspicious when you have followed cases like Chris and Shanann Watts, who downplayed everything. Oh, my kids are on a play date. They're on a play date. Everything should be fine. Or our lovely friend, Lori Vallow Daybell, who, that's great. My kids are great. Everything's fine. They are fine, Mel. You know me. You know, all that stuff if you follow the Lori Vallow Daybell case. So when somebody says the authorities are saying your kids are missing and you as a parent are like, oh no, hocus pocus, whatever, hodgepodge, whatever that comment that is like, people start to get a little squirrely, especially the true crime community on YouTube. I mean, the authorities have officially called this a missing person, and they are looking for Lauren and her 3 kids. Okay, so Lauren is 30 years old. She has her 3 children with her, allegedly. Benjamin is 7, Elijah is 2, and 5-year-old Hannah. Family members last spoke to Lauren on September 5th, and they later confirmed that she did travel to Illinois. Her husband's name is Jordan Cook. Jordan's initial reports were that he was concerned. And then Jordan updated his statement and adamantly denied that his family was in any kind of danger or missing. No reason to be concerned about their safety or well-being, was quoted by the husband. Now, the Cooks live with their children in Southwest Virginia in a town by the name of Ferrum, F-E-R-R-U-M. Apparently, Lauren was scheduled for a court appearance on September 5th in Franklin County Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. Now, I have not been able to find why she's had these court dates in Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. So that's a little suspicious, right? Something's up. Now, the court date was rescheduled, and then she didn't show up for a September 13th hearing. So this all remains a mystery. There's nothing that I can find of the reasons she had a mandatory court appearance. Then another court date was scheduled for September 20th, and her husband did attend this. Now, as I said, her phone last pinged on September 7th, 2023 in Lexington. Lexington is a town that's about 90 miles from her home. Her bank account has had zip, zelch, no activity since she vanished. Now, I would like to know, this is just me speculating, thinking, wondering, did she take a significant amount of money out so she wouldn't need to get into her bank account? Or did she not have any money? And that is a little bit more strange because you had children to feed, right? Now, there are people on the social media, on Reddit, on the Facebook groups that have come together. I think the Facebook group is up to 1,000 now. There's a lot of comments in the Reddit thread. And there's people in there that actually claim to be friends with Lauren. But then there's also comments in the Reddit thread that are accusing this person that's calling herself or himself a friend of theirs. Because in the Reddit thread, people have pointed out that this friend is referring to Lauren as Lauren, but as Jordan as the husband. So there's some suspicious that that's actually him, keyboard warrioring to keep everybody chilled out and not concerned. A lot of people also on social media are defending Lauren, making a claim that CPS or authorities are improperly after Lauren and that she is protecting her children. On the other side of the coin, why run if there's nothing to run from? So it was confirmed again, like I said, on September 14th, she was in Litchfield, Illinois. Now today is September 22nd. The husband saying, she's fine. My family's fine. They're not missing. Authorities say in order to clear Lauren and her children from being listed as a missing persons, a law enforcement agency must make in-person contact. And rightly so. Shanann's husband, Chris Watts, told everyone they went to that play date. And this husband is saying, contrary to what has been reported, my wife and children are not missing. I have no reason to be concerned about their safety or well-being. I have heard from my wife, and I am sure she and my children are doing well. We ask that our family's privacy be respected at this time. So, any sightings of Lauren and her children need to be reported to Franklin County Sheriff's Office at 540 483 3000. Her name is Lauren Elizabeth Tuausa Cook, 30 years old, 5'1", long brown hair, brown eyes. The oldest child is Benjamin Cook. He's 7 years old. He has blue eyes and blonde hair. The second oldest is a 5-year-old. Her name is Hannah Cook. She's 5 years old, brown eyes and blonde hair. And the youngest is Elijah Cook, 2 years old, blue eyes and blonde hair. Some interesting tidbits that I found on social media. One tidbit is stating that Lauren posted a post that said on her Instagram recently, right before she disappeared, that said she was pregnant. That Lauren is pregnant and expecting the 4th child. Now, this couple, it's also being said that they had an illegal cannabis farm in Utah and they were raided. Then they moved to Oregon and they were raided again and moved to Virginia. The response on this by people that are defending them say the Cooks have a legal and fully permitted cannabis farm in Virginia, as well as a brick and mortar shop registered as a small business. The Cooks do not own a dispensary. Every product they sell is legal federally in all 50 states. Legal CBD products. They also said the raid in Oregon was not federal and they were not charged with any kind of crime. The raid in Utah was before the couple even met. So this would be before the children were even born. Lauren's children are homeschooled. Now, the Instagram account for their cannabis business is MT Zion Seed Cooperative. So Mount Zion Seed Cooperative. It is now private. You can't see it. It was recently turned private, from what I understand, because a lot of people on social media are actually quoting things that have been said that Lauren has posted in there before and the husband. Now, more than missing, in my opinion, she seems to be more of a fugitive. Don't you think? Missing court dates, husband covering, children gone with her, domestic and juvenile court system. Something's up. There's a person on the Reddit forum saying that Lauren is fine and that they are a personal friend of hers. And someone like I said, are calling this person out and accusing that person of being the husband. Again, because the person is referring to Lauren as Lauren and as the husband as the husband. They also are saying that Lauren, it's fine. She's just upset with her parents and they reported her missing. Her Mormon parents reported her missing, and they have done this before, but it has never hit social media. They're saying this is a false report by her parents because she doesn't want contact with them. And I'm still pretty suspect over that because it sounds like the reason she's being looked for is because of this court date that she didn't show up for. So those are very conflicting pieces of information. Now, Lauren and the kids are listed on the National Center for Missing and Exploited People. So someone is taking this very seriously. The authorities are taking this very seriously. Her husband, not so much. So I know that people are going to start getting on him, accusing him of doing something with them. I don't think this poor guy knows what he's up for if he's a poor guy. If he's one of these guys that is just like, oh, my wife's fine and she's not, but he's just pretending she's fine. We know there's plenty of those guys that we have seen, those partners, those guys where they're like, oh, Lacey or Shanann or Lori telling everybody her kids are fine. So it makes us all a little squirrely when authorities are like, she is missing. Her phone hasn't pinged since September 7th. That's a long time ago now at this point with 3 small children. She hasn't touched her bank account, but the husband says she's been in touch, but isn't given any information about how she's getting in touch. Does she have a burner phone? So this story is getting a little bit crazy, in my opinion. They have it as a featured missing person. Okay, so the National Center, you see this here? The National Center for Missing and Endangered Missing Persons and Children. So this is this. It says, Franklin County, Virginia, the Office of the Sheriff is seeking the public's assistance in locating a missing adult and her children. Lauren Cook and her children were last seen on September 5th, 2023 in Franklin County. Since then, communication efforts with Lauren have been unsuccessful. If anyone has information on the whereabouts of Lauren Cook and her children, please contact the Office of the Sheriff at 540-483-3000. Lauren Elizabeth Tausa Cook, as we described, 30 years old, 5'1", long brown hair, brown eyes. Benjamin Cook, 7 years old, blue eyes, blonde hair. Hannah Cook, 5 years old, brown eyes and blonde hair. And Elijah Cook, 2 years old, blue eyes and blonde hair. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office is looking for these 3 missing siblings and an adult. So they may be traveling in a blue 2013 Chrysler van with Virginia tags. If you have any information on their whereabouts, contact the Franklin County Sheriff's Office at 540-483-3000. Her update media on 9/18/2023. Her phone last pinged in Lexington. So an update on September 18th, they said they did, the last ping they got was in Lexington. So these are the children pictures. She looks a lot like her kids, huh? Her face. And this would be the type of a van that she'd be driving with them. And then again, here there's this Benjamin, Hannah, and Elijah Cook missing person. Again, it's just more of the same with the phone number. It's more of the same with the phone number and how to reach out. Now, I know it's going to probably go a little crazy like it always does on social media, and we will continue to follow this story on Left Undone. I don't want to go down the rabbit holes at this point. I just want to kind of spread awareness, look out for Lauren, and sort of question what could possibly be going on. We don't know why she had these court dates. She's also been noted to be an anti-vaxxer, anti-government, so one of those people that, are living off the grid kind of person. So she may be super paranoid that the government's trying to take her children over something, and she just took off with them, which would be the best case scenario. And that means they're okay. And she's just scared and hiding her children from the government, which still isn't good. But there are a lot of people that believe that CPS is very dangerous and can just come and take your children for no reason. But again, I don't fall down that rabbit hole. I just don't. I think there's probably a reason she's having these court dates. The kids have not been taken from them. So she cannot already be noted that she's a danger, but she has something that she has to deal with legally wise. So just to go back and look a little bit on this, somebody had said, I just fell down the rabbit hole tonight, but under the Lauren Tausa profile, this lady liked her post. This last pin was Lexington, and this lady is in Tennessee. I could swear these are the boys in the picture. Post 9/11 thoughts. Hopefully it is. It means they're safe. Hard to tell. And then again, Jordan Cook, father, the statement to the media about his missing wife. He said, contrary, again, I'm repeating myself, but contrary to what has been reported, my wife and children are not missing. I have no reason to be concerned about their safety or well-being. I've heard from my wife, and I'm sure she and my children are doing well. We ask that our family's privacy be respected this time. So who knows? Dude, you are number one suspect when people are missing. So very strange. Officers said they conducted a search in Litchfield, Illinois, and they were not located. Apparently, they also determined the family had been in Litchfield for one night before departing on September 13th. And again, it goes on September 13th. Lauren failed to appear for a scheduled court appearance. Now, there's also these rumors, and they are just rumors and speculation. There's no factual to this, but somebody is saying that she was living with her ex and her husband. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole because we don't know if that's true. It could just be, again, you know how the telephone game goes. One person says this, somebody hears this. So at this point, I'm just concerned. I hope she's okay. This Virginia mom, Lauren Cook, her 3 kids under 8, missing for over a week. Very confusing, and hopefully they are safe. This person says, I am the person who made the comments under Justice for the Cook family. I appreciate you pointing out the inconsistencies in the reporting and information coming from Franklin County. I assure you, I am not an internet troll, simply an advocate for the family. Ask yourself, has there ever been a hypothetical situation where authorities has constitutionally overstepped and been less than transparent about it with the public? This is sensitive and dynamic situation, but I can tell you Franklin County authorities can't even get the husband's name correct on their official paperwork. So now there's some of this like, ooh, it's us against them. The authorities are overstepping their boundaries. Would this be a story if she didn't look like she could be Gabby Petito's sister? Someone says, Lauren and her children are not missing. Here, Justice for the Cook family is somebody now has a title, Justice for the Cook family. Lauren and her children are not missing, and Laura's husband has gone on record with the sheriff's department stating such the day this false missing person was submitted by her parents. See, there's that weirdness going on because the authorities are looking for her because she missed this court date. But now these people are saying that her parents started all this trouble and they reported her missing. Doesn't add up. Doesn't add up, right? So this is false missing persons report was submitted by her parents, whom Lauren simply does not wish to speak to. Don't know how true that is. And why isn't the husband with her if that was the case? right? You see what I mean? Like, we have a lot of questions going on in our head, and it's really hard to get the actual facts because there's people jumping in here on social media defending her and giving this conflicting information as if they know exactly what's going on. And then somebody says justice for the Cook family. Why? If they are not missing, where is the need for justice? Makes sense to me. Ask yourself, and then that's when it goes into the hypothetical. So it's a really weird case. Um, I hope she's okay. Her mother said Lauren's bank account hasn't shown any recent activity, and her cell phone last pinged September 7th. So again, before I wrap up here, we can just go over this. And let's see if we can play this. Hold on.
Seen.
This is News Nation. So let's see what the News Nation has to say. See, everybody's getting a hold of this now.
Now, the search is on for a Virginia mother and her 3 young children, missing for about 2 weeks now. But her husband claims they're fine. 30-year-old Lauren Cook was last seen with her 3 children, ages 2, 5, and 7, at the family's home in Virginia at the end of August. Police say Cook last spoke with her mother around September 5th, with Cook telling her they were in New York visiting family. Remember, no one saw her. They were officially reported missing September 13th after Cook did not attend a rescheduled appearance in Franklin County Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. The next day, investigators confirmed Cook and her children were in Illinois. But again, no one had seen them. Her husband says that he has talked to Lauren and that the children are doing well and that he wants everyone to respect their family's privacy right now. But the rest of Lauren's family says they cannot get in touch with her. Let's bring in News Nation law and justice contributor Jennifer Coffendorfer, who joins us live from CrimeCon in Orlando, Florida. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Okay, so Jennifer Coffendorfer is involved in this now. This story is going to blow up. So I don't know, and I wish I was at CrimeCon. Couldn't. I just got back from my vacation from Greece. There's no way I could get on another plane and go to the East Coast right now. So I'm very jealous, but our mod, Lori Day, is there. So I'm very jealous. I would love to have been at CrimeCon this weekend. But let's listen to what Jennifer Coffendorfer has to say on News Nation.
Thank you so much for being with us. I want to talk to you about CrimeCon, but first I want to talk about this case. So the husband here, Lauren's husband, says things are fine. Law enforcement, though, says Cook and her kids will remain on the missing registry because their names are on the missing registry. What do you think's going on here, Jennifer?
Well, I think what's going on is the husband is not being truthful and is not being completely candid. Her cell phone doesn't have usage. There are no bank records that are being used. In other words, she's not using her credit cards. She's not using her bank cards. That tells me a lot right there because people don't disappear and leave their husbands without using their monetary resources and without using their phones.
So Jennifer, it seems like it would be difficult, as you say, no cell phone usage, no credit cards. It seems like it would be difficult to do that, especially with 3 young children in tow. Again, we're talking about ages 7, 5, and then 2, but it is not out of the realm of possibility. Is it possible that maybe Lauren left her husband and doesn't want to be found?
So that's another possibility. Maybe she's ditched her husband and he doesn't want everybody to know their dirty laundry. He's trying to get her back. There's so many possibilities here, but awful weird that he's the only one in the room that isn't concerned, right? Gives me those vibes, but
I don't think it's possible in this case. Certainly they're going to be checking it out. But if you look at the fact that NCMEC, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, they have already issued that these individuals are missing. Why? Because they've conducted their own investigation, which has shown that they're not in school, that there's been no sign or trace of them. That tells me the facts are leaning toward they haven't been taken of their free will.
All right. And this all started, as we said at the top of this, Lauren missed that appearance last week. And we say the court because it's important, this Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. And then that date that she missed had actually been rescheduled because she missed the original scheduled court date the week before. Now, it's also important to note in all of this, there is no record, absolutely none, of domestic violence or 911 calls coming from their home. So, how does all of this potentially complicate the situation?
Well, it does complicate the situation, Nicole, because those courts specifically deal with things like child abuse. They deal with issues like separation and custody matters to do with children. So it tells me, obviously, something very important was being discussed about those children. And the fact that that was missed and she went missing right at the same time, I think is a critical component to the why.
But we are certainly going to continue to keep our eye on this case. Hopefully, Lauren and the children will come home safely.
It's starting to get some momentum on the YouTube community, social media, and mainstream media. So we will continue to follow this case. If anyone sees Lauren Cook, please report her to the authorities, and we can just keep them in our prayers that they're safe and that there isn't any foul play. And again, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're new or old here, remember how much that like button means to us creators. The like button helps us a lot. So thank you for helping my channel grow. So I will let you go now. Stay safe, stay well,